It is snowing in North Texas. Hey guys, I'm just here to talk to you about what it's like to be in college. I wanted to share my experiences so far and all the ups and downs of being an NCAA student athlete. And a lot of it is good, but obviously there's some stuff. And I know if you're in high school now looking for advice or anything like that, it could be useful for you to watch this video, because I'm going to be talking about contacting coaches and the whole process of doing NCAA athletics and stuff like that. And as you may know, I'm a track athlete. I do vaulting, so your mileage may vary, but it should be pretty much the same for most sports. But yeah, so what it's like to be a college athlete. So my best advice, first off, nothing different, is start in high school. Like when you are a senior or even a junior, because when you're a junior you can contact coaches and ask things like, where you need to be physically and what are they looking for in a student athlete and all these different things for recruiting. You can ask those things your junior year. They just can't contact you. So that's one thing you might find, is that you're not going to find very many coaches talking to you, actually at all. You shouldn't see any coaches talking to you your junior year of high school. But your senior year, you should really try to go out and contact coaches, via email, call. I wouldn't text. You can, but emails or calling a recruiter on the phone or whatever options you might have, is do it in high school and start when you can. There are a lot of people in your sport, whatever it may be, football, track, baseball, whatever it is. There are a lot of people looking to go to college on sports and athletics, and if you can be the first one in, that's the most beneficial to you. So I personally did not get to contact coaches, very many coaches. I contacted two, one here obviously at North Texas, and I tried to contact the UT coach. That didn't end up working out. But really push and contact your coaches via email, whatever else, and ask them what they're looking for. Like, are they recruiting, looking for new students? What are some of their requirements for me at least, for vaulting, it's usually a height. So in high school I jumped 15 feet 6 inches, and a lot of places were looking for 15'6", 15, 17, 18 feet. So colleges are looking all over the place for different heights, different levels of skill, and you want to know these things before you go into it. Even if you're not at senior level or junior level in high school, really put in the work and talk to your senior people and asking, contact coaches, contact your coach. If you have a private coach or your high school coach, ask them what our college is looking for, because that allows you to get to that point where you know where you need to be and you know where to get to, and you can put in the work there. But for the seniors, contact your coaches, have contact with college coaches, asking what they need and stuff like that. One thing I recommend with contacting coaches is, if they ever ask for clips of you doing your sport, or times or anything official, send them videos or send them links to where you can find these official times. For football, I know you guys have highlight clips, so I'd recommend setting those with your emails and making sure they have footage of who you are, what do you do, what are your times, what is your best, your stats, all these good things. Some of you may take the easier route, and I did not personally take this one, but you can pay for a college recruiter to do the work for you, and this is perfectly fine if you have the funds and the means to do it. It's a great opportunity. One of my friends, he went to Texas Tech, and he had his own recruiter, and me and him jumped around the same height in the end, but he's at a Texas Tech with the recruiter's help, and he didn't really do a whole lot other than provide information and videos. It takes a lot of work to get into college. Like I was saying, for those of you still, freshman, sophomore, junior, whatever it is your year is, it's a lot of work. You have to be, I would say the best, not the best of the best, but you have to be at least top 10% in what you do. No, maybe not top 10%, but you have to be the best at what you can do. For vaulting, a lot of people think, especially men and women who jump, men may jump 13 feet, 12 feet, so it's like, it is a good height for high school and stuff like that. But for college, if you're wanting to get into D1 or D2, you're really going to have to look at getting 15 feet plus to get in those big colleges. And then for D1, I'd say 16 plus. Luckily, I had contacts already, and I already had I had a PR of 15.9, 15.10 going into college because I had summer meets and stuff like that. But, you need to be working hard, and it is not given. Even if you contact coaches and you have them interested, like, it's still a lot of work to get in there, and nothing's given. So remember that it's hard work. You got to put in the work to get what you want. When you're searching for colleges, don't put all your eggs in one basket. I know a lot of people applied and contacted coaches at one college, and that's risky business because, the more time you take away from searching colleges and contacting coaches, the more people are, doing what you need to be doing, is contacting and looking at colleges, stuff like that. So apply to the places you want to go first, obviously, your dream schools, whatever that may be. But after that, really apply to anywhere else that you think is a viable situation for your education, your, monetary, whatever status you are monetarily, and whatever would be a good fit for your degree. Obviously, not all schools have the best programs for what you're looking for, or even have the program at all. So don't put all your eggs into one basket, because it is risky business. You have a chance of getting in, whatever it may be. If you're a scholarship athlete, obviously, don't apply to anywhere else because you're going to sign a letter of intent. But for those of us who may or may not be on the verge of college or whatever it may be, don't put all your eggs into one basket and look at all your different options. So when you're first going into college, one thing you may know a lot of people talk about is NCAA clearinghouse. This is a very important step to getting into college sports. It's clearinghouse. There's a lot of different other names for it, but it's important because it's going to give colleges, NCAA, letting them know that you've completed all the required courses for graduating high school and getting into college. It also shows colleges that you're not receiving any extra benefits, because they're going to ask questions about private training, what's your working like, and all these different questions that would either negate you from getting in, or you'd have to figure out something. Luckily, I didn't have any problem because I didn't have any extra benefits or anything like that. Extra benefits may include, like, if a third party had you in an advertisement related to football, like you were in a Russell thing, or a baseball advertisement for your local whatever another. So like these things would be extra benefits, because not every student is allowed to have these things, and it's just allowing you to clear that from your name and say, I didn't receive any extra benefit outside of what was normal. Obviously, like, whatever you may see is normal. It will tell you on that website. I think it does cost some money. I'm not sure. I can put an overlay on the screen, but it does cost a little bit of money to do these things. So get this done as soon as you can, senior year or junior year. You want to do the NCAA clearinghouse as early as you can, so you can have that on your belt. And when coaches ask for it, you say you're already good to go, and you don't need to be worrying about that very much. Well, also, when you finish clearinghouse and you're in college, you're ready to go, you get to your dorm and you figure out classes and stuff like that. We'll talk about classes later, but go to your compliance office, make sure everything is all right with them, because when it comes to classes, you have to have a minimum of 12 hours, which makes you a full-time student at most colleges. Some colleges have different standards, but on average it's 12 hours, which for most colleges it's around 4 classes, because each class is about 3 hours. Some of them may be 1 hour. It really depends on what the class is, but most classes are 3 hours. So you have to have at least 12 hours and to be able to compete or go to games or do anything, train, whatever it may be, on your college sports teams. The next thing you have to worry about is obviously GPA. NCAA, I believe, has a 2.0 rule. You got to have all C's to be able. So one thing with GPA is you have to have a 2.0 or higher, I believe, with the NCAA to be able to be eligible. So make sure you start off your first year strong, your first 2 semesters, whatever it may be, with good grades, preferably higher than a 3.0. That'd be perfect for you, because that gets your GPA starting off good and allows you to get into higher level colleges, especially when you're applying for your actual degree. After all the paperwork, classes and training, or classes, after all of the paperwork and compliance and classes, what is it like training? So for me, I'm going to describe how I train and the ways that it may differ, very different from high school, is that we have a 6-day work week when it comes to training. Most of the time it's 6 days. During season it's usually 5, but it's mostly 6 days. It may vary based on your college and your coaches, but mine has been 6. So it is a lot of training. Each day about 3 hours worth of time goes into training. That may be, running, lifting, whatever else, blah, 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 vaulting, playing football, playing baseball, whatever it may be for each of you who are doing these sports. But for me, it is generally 3 days worth of lifting and 6 days worth of speed training or running during the off season. So my schedule last semester during the fall, which is off season. Right now we're in season, and I should be getting some more videos for y'all of vaulting and stuff like that. But it is usually Monday, Wednesday, Friday is lift days. After you do sprints, we do sprints for about 2 hours, and then we'll do the weight training Monday, Wednesday, Friday right after for an hour. So that's about 3 hours each day. And then on the other days we do vaulting for about 2.5, and then Saturdays are reserved for like conditioning. So we'll do like hills or something related to that. Obviously it varies between sports, but that's how my sport works for track and field. So take that how you wish, but it is completely different compared to high school. Instead of having 1 period or an hour worth of training each day, and then you do track meets, it's 3 hours or more, because football I know does way more hours, especially during the summertime. So your training, stuff like this, this is for people who are just coming in. Go to your trainers. I know, at least at my high school, going to the trainers meant you were hurt or you needed help with something related to an injury. Here in college it's completely different. Utilize your trainers. If you are feeling tight in your back or shoulders, you have a little tweak in your arm, go to the trainers and they will help you as much as they can to get that worked out. If it's not usually a major injury, they won't take you out of practice, but they're going to try to take preventative measures. So if your hamstring, you pulled it or something, they'll have you train some, but reduce it in different ways. If you're sore, they'll give you ibuprofen, this and that and the other. They're there to help you. Go to them if you need them. Injuries are the plague to your success, and having injuries prevents you from playing. So do whatever you can to negate that and prevent it by all costs. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it was helpful in the best ways, and if you guys have any questions, leave them down in the comments and I will make sure to get to all of them. Let me know how your NCAA experience is coming along. I know it's a scary kind of big thing to happen. It's a big life step to go to college, stuff like that. So any questions you guys have, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll let you guys know. Alrighty, till next time. I'll see you guys later.